What's up, y'all? Welcome to your monthly Fire Tribe report for Leo season 2025. Boom, we're gonna get into Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm gonna run straight through this right now. Thank you for you guys tuning in, and yeah, I hope this speaks to you. Of course, the peace report and the tribe report will be this probably got canceled, did it? Yep. The peace report and the tribe report will be exclusive on the app for the replay, and if you're a YouTube member, you can access it there as well. It's already going to be up there though. And yeah, we are in Leo season. Mercury's going to get ready to retrograde. And let's see what we got. Okay. I have this to brush my beard. If you've seen the moon message, actually the moon message is not uploaded yet, so I kind of talk about that on there. But yeah, y'all, I'm not a fan. I'll just say that. Anyway, what's up, y'all? I am somewhat of a fan of fire signs when they're not burning me. When they're not burning people. That just sounds a certain way. But like, yeah. Let's start with Aries. All right, Aries, definitely leading the charge. Of course. Definitely leading. This chair is done, y'all. I got this chair when I moved in here, 2022. Somebody, his girlfriend, it's doing a little better. If you see me kind of clenching my ear, it's doing a little better. Someone's girlfriend was moving, and he asked me if I wanted to buy this chair when I needed a chair. But I need to get another chair, though. It's about time to get a new one. But yes, Aries, we lead in the charge. We got Saturn and Neptune in your sign. We got Chiron in your sign. We have the North Node in your 12th house. Relative to the rising sign, if you have the first 10 degrees, Saturn and Neptune is here. If you're 19 degrees, second or third decan, 10 to 20 to 30 degrees, it's going to come through the next few years. So yeah, it's in the 12th house quality. Oh my God, that's crazy. Yup. This chair is kind of dangerous now. The pipe is kind of coming through. I really need to replace this before I get hurt. I almost forgot about that. I really fell multiple times. So yes, Aries, you are of course the face of the zodiac and the heel as well, the original heel. So you know, whether you're face turning or you're heel turning, it really depends. But yes, okay. Saturn and Neptune is having you reimagine this integrity of character. What's a really good way to look at this? Imagine if I'm trying to think of a really good analogy or example of this. I'm not too versed with comic books, but I could imagine the new 52 Superman. For those of you who read DC, I don't really read DC or Marvel. I'm not too versed, but what I do like about this as an analogy is during several times of the comics they put out, they've rebooted their series. They've reimagined their characters. Like you have the traditional I got you, Shelly. You have the traditional understanding or representation of Superman, right? But then you have Superman reimagined. You have maybe the origin story that has been slightly shifted or it's still the same. You ever see a movie that reimagines a character, right? Like Franklin Richards in that new Fantastic Four in the comics. Now it deviates from the movies where he was born with the cosmic cube inside him, right? They kind of reimagined certain elements. They're in a different timeline, separate from the rest of the Marvel universe. And I want to use that analogy because that's what's happening to everybody. Your character is being reimagined. The North Nodal Saturn conjunction is a universal reboot. This is why I'm using analogies of finishing a old season series, getting ready to start a brand new season series, being a free agent, right? So now that we're in Leo season, Aries, this is your 5th house. You are now integrating very creatively what you have activated your birthday relative to this new 30-year era of constructing more integrity in your character, going through a new karmic cycle, with which, of course, Aries, you are always the first. You are the one. Don't ever let anyone make you forget you're the one. Okay. And I don't even say that as a compliment. Like, you're the first time. Like, this is just a fact. You the motherfucking one. Every zodiac sign has something that makes them unique and is their power. Like Leo's superpower is that theme music just goes on and turns on when they're at the right place, feeling like they're the main character. They are the lead role in this bitch. Sagittarius is the wild card. They can basically be any character they want, which is so unfair, but their best friend is Libra, the referee, so it's automatically fair. And then Aries is the one, like that's your power, like the power of one. Mariah Carey just needed to put out one song and it plays every Christmas. Like that's the power of Aries. That's the power of Aries. Lil Nas X just had to put out Old Time Road. Boom. That's it. One song. Like that is specifically in Aries power. Like no one else has that power unless they have Aries in their chart. All right. Rihanna has an Aries moon. She single-handedly built a billionaire empire. That's the power of Aries. Of course, she a legend, though. She original legend, Pisces, but she still got the Aries core. This is the power of Aries, okay? Which is cool. Aries is now perpetually the underdog because Aries isn't Libra, the power of jumping. It's not like the artist who has all the connections. It's not Cancer, the psychic homebody that has their private connections, and it's not Capricorn, the goddamn devil, the highest seed in the competition, other than Libra, right? The one who's kind of pulling the strings. Aries is solo dolo. Aries does it on their own. We root for Aries to win. That's the underdog because it's going to make sense if others win, but if Aries wins, it means a lot more. Okay, does Jupiter and Aries count? That's a good question. Jupiter and Aries can count. Jupiter and Aries is going to really be more of raw, unfiltered interpretation power, the evolution of power. I know a lot of Sun Jupiter Aries, like Jack. Shout out to him, met him in person. Who else is Sun Jupiter? David Walker Black, Clips, Charlie Clips, the battle rapper. Is Sun Jupiter Aries. He's basically like a god of battle rap, not to be confused with Tay Rock, who is another god of battle rap. But that being said, you are not your sun sign. Rising is the first house. Great question. And realistically, your moon is who you are at your core. So I would say the Aries sun is how they express who they are. It's the unfiltered original expression. The Aries moon is who you are at your core. At your core, you're a raw motherfucker. You're a warrior. And if you're Aries rising, you embody the warrior. You actually embody this originality. Okay, there's 3 different points of identity, we could say. But yes, now knowing that since late March into April, you have defined who you are. And then Cancer season, right? Shout out to the Aries Mars quickie specialists. We done, son. Yeah. No, I was joking. Yes. Yo, is it just me? I'm gonna take a tangent. Is it, if you have an Aries Mars, tell me it's just me. When people kind of say you go too fast, do you care? Do you not be giving a fuck? Because, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I like it fast. I like it quick. I was connected with Virgo Mars. They like the experience. Mars and Virgo likes it slow. He's like, you go too fast. I like it fast. I like it fast. I don't care. Like, you need to go quicker. Like, horrible. Very savage. I love how savage I could be with the Aries Mars. Anyway, other than that, or is it just me? Am I just ain't shit? Yep. Oh, you just walked in on that too. That's great. So that being said, guys, Aries season, Cancer season last month, you were able to define your character, right? You defined the originality of your character. Now with that, build that stamina, dog. No, listen, we are building that stamina. I have progressed Mars and Taurus, but it might just be you. Hold on. I didn't say I don't last that long. I can if I feel like it. I like that quickie shit, man. I just like a all right, we done. Get out of here. Oh no, never mind. I ain't shit. Marilyn, you right. I was about to argue with you right now. You right. Okay, see, now it's just me. Okay, I see what we doing here. Anyway, of course, you would be Mars and Virgo. Okay, no wonder. Then say preference. Where the Venus and Aries at? This is why I need Venus and Aries, Venus and Sag. They like it fast. This is why. Where you at, Venus, Aries? Where you at, Mars and Leo? Where you at, Mars and Sag? It is what it is, yo. I just start doing fire stuff. Anyway, you have defined the first parts of your character. All right. And despite that, now that you're coming into and have come into a deeper understanding, right? Cancer is kind of fleshed through, might still be you. No, it's definitely me. I was told this the other day. It is what it is, though. We still improving. Don't get it twisted. Last time I did it, they were like, "Oh, that was good." My bad. I don't mean to be TMI, but I was complained about, and then I saw some. Someone ever tell you, "Oh, I don't like the way you do this," and then the last time that you do it, they're like, "That was really good. That was really good." She said, she was like, you should see her face, like, "That was really good." I was like, I'm improving. Ha! Yeah. That being said, guys, all right. I guess it really is me. I don't care. Anyway, Marilyn, stop it right now. No. Trust me. She might have been being nice, but she meant it too. Trust me. I put in some work. And I didn't just. It is what it is. That being said, okay. Now that we have begun to integrate, especially for the Cancer, right? All right. I need to focus. Cancer season has enabled you to understand the foundation with which you can understand more of your character. All right. This is very important for Aries. You activated who you are, what you're worth in Taurus, the idea of that. And then you started to understand, what does that feel? And now you're fully presenting that and expressing that through Leo. All right. While I say TMI things about brushing my beard and how short I last in bed, even though I don't last that short. But this is about fully expressing your talents. And I think this is beautiful with the Mercury retrograde in this fifth house portion for you, Aries, this trine. Okay. You're on stage this season. What is the relationship with your inner child? What is this relationship with your creativity? Always in fire sign reads. Always, yes. What is how creative are you going to be? Because once we go into Virgo season, everything since your birthday, Aries, you're going to tie together. Aries rising, right? You're going to tie it all together. The sixth house south nodal eclipse is going to integrate fully before Libra season breaks through from Libra to Sagittarius season. So with Pluto in your 11th house, opposite this fifth house transit for you, all right. For her, but yeah, this is going to bring the pressure of who's in your corner, but more importantly, awakening where you feel you belong, awakening this extraordinary, extreme quality of who belongs with you. And of course, now that we've gone through Taurus season and you've manifested more of your worth, right? More just increasing innovation of your self-esteem and confidence, your ability to perform that socially is what opposite Pluto makes your boss battle. So let's talk about the boss battle for you, Aries, especially if you're the heel, right? How are you performing to the community around you? And how do you rock out with your cock out? Are you afraid to just gain indecent exposure and show your penis, especially if you're a woman, your energetic dick, okay? Or do you rock out with your cock out? And are you not afraid of being canceled? Because a lot of how you really express your creativity, opposite this Plutonian vibe, where the support you used to have may now be turning against you or extremely supporting you against other haters, it's going to, over the next 20 years, really challenge how this sense of your creativity is either stifled by people who are supposed to be your friends or encouraged, even extremely so. Okay. So that opposition, that pressure from 5th to 11th is supposed to actually challenge you to be more creative against that pressure, to actually break through, because the conjunction that you had January 21st in your 11th is this 20-year transit of awakening this supernatural quality within the aliens who abduct you to be a part of their friend life, or relative to the rewards from your career. 2008 to 2024 was you breaking through these glass ceilings, these limits of individuality, and how as an individual you can really determine how far you go. Well, who are the people you achieve this with, and how well do they stifle your creative talents, or help awaken and break through that more? So this is what's going to be breaking through. Of course, the 5th house, you're going to integrate it through Virgo, and then boom, you're going to express these talents you're harvesting towards others, Libra season. Okay. So the full moon we have from your 11th to 5th is going to really kind of go more into that as well, to understand with Aquarius in the 11th, which Shelley we see as your 7th, who realistically you're able to connect with and how you're able to connect in order to be more creative. The reevaluation of Mercury in your 5th house retrograding, right, is going to reevaluate now that Saturn is constructing more integrity in your character, and Uranus in your 3rd house is innovating your skill sets. How much more talented and creative can you be? Everything that you flesh out Leo season, you're going to practice Virgo season. That's the most important thing, Aries. Everything that you kind of begin to integrate and opposite Pluto will harvest as far as talents, Virgo season is going to transform how it is you practice and create new behavioral patterns. I think this eclipse will be very fruitful for you, Aries, especially if you've been putting in the work since your birthday. And especially since the eclipse in March, that now with the North Node in your 12th is unlocking what you're meant to believe. It's revisiting unconscious habits that need to be released so that you can really step into this reimagination of the totality of your character and the way you're going to define it moving forward, which, especially if you're an Aries rising, you feel that pressure, you feel that responsibility, but you know, it's time to step into this power. You're actively stepping into your power. So next we're going to do Leo. Roar. So Virgo season for Aries is going to prepare to integrate their work life, the routine really, and how they really perfect these behavioral patterns. For you, Leo, it's money. It's legitimately moolah. We've been actually setting this up for a minute because Uranus has just left Taurus. So this is going to be the first Virgo season that, of course, since Uranus, remember in Taurus season, we had the sun conjunction to Uranus in Taurus. So since that, we're going to have the first Virgo season where you're going to, of course, unlock all this liquidity now that Jupiter is in the sign of liquidity, Cancer. Okay. Very major. Now, Leo, I'm not going to front. A lot of what you're going through is really just preparing you for next year, especially if you're a Leo rising. Like Shelly Bombshell, and you have Jupiter in your 12th house right now. Jupiter coming out the 12th, if you're a Leo sun, and it's making a 330 to 0 degree angle to your sun, it's behind your sun. If you're a Leo rising and it's in your 12th house, right? Even if you're a Leo moon, it's behind the moon. This is preparing you for a next year's debut, okay? So 2026, July, all the way through 2027. By like January 2027, the South Node and Jupiter are in Leo. And I might as well just show you this, okay? This, once again, is what this is preparing you for. This right here, all right? Fuck this year. I'm going to be completely honest. Fuck this year with the AIDS-infested dildo. This year is going to be amazing. But, Leo, it shouldn't concern you. Next year in 2027 is really where it's at. You shouldn't even be concerned with this year. I just wanted to show you this. So this is 6 months from now. You shouldn't even be concerned with this year. This year is beneath you, Leo. You see that? You see that? You see that? This is what you're waiting for. This is what the universe is preparing you for. You and Aquarius are debuting. We're going to have the North Node and Pluto and Aqua, South Node and Jupiter and Leo. This is one of the greatest debuts I think any sign has ever had. Leo, you're literally being unlocked so that you can remind the collective who the fuck you are. Because a lot of people have been paying attention to other signs. People forgot Leo's the main character. 2021, 2022, Saturn was in Aquarius. A lot of Leos were getting locked up and canceled. People forgot you the motherfucking lion. All right? People forgot you really do heat this bitch up. And you are our only hope against these awakening Aquariuses. I'm telling you this right now. When you go down, we're fucked. Anyway, that being said, this year is really you reviewing the past 12 years. Back when you escaped your cage and bondage back in 2013. And yes, people do treat y'all like trash. It's hilarious. But that being said, okay, you are releasing and remembering how you have grown from 10 years ago up until now. And this is just going to have you revisit how you feel about yourself and how you're getting ready to release these old feelings, because when Jupiter begins to expand this quality again in Leo, it's go time. South Node's going to unlock this portal for you. Boom. All of this, Leo, is to prepare you to unlock supernatural relationships with other people. Hence, as you can see, this opposition here with the North Node. I forgot I could just put my picture here. So yeah, very, very, very pivotal. This isn't 2026, this is 2027. But just giving you an idea of how all this is really playing through. Okay. So knowing that, Leo, right? Everything else is just kind of beneath you. Obviously, everything leads up into the other, but I don't want you to take this year serious. I don't really want you to take this year serious. I want you to take this year as if you just releasing. right? Yeah, it's your birthday season, right? So you're going to really you're going to just reestablish this social persona, this performer, this integrative super strength, especially if you're a Leo rising, if you're a Leo sun, you're coming into your solar return, right? But knowing that Pluto is opposite you and the entirety of the collective consciousness is laser focusing on hating on you, right? Leo, I want you to confirm this for me, because this is why I told you guys to protect Cancer at all costs when Pluto was in Capricorn, because everyone gaslights the shit out of Cancer. So it's not enough for a Cancer to say, yo, I was driving and I saw a demon possess somebody and they try to hit me with their car. An actual Cancer woman told me this, by the way. I'm not paraphrasing. Yes, I can understand why people gaslight them, but like, y'all don't understand how psychic they are. And y'all don't care if Cancer gets killed. So this is why I'm saying protect Leo at all costs. Leo, I need you to confirm for me, ever since Pluto is in Aquarius, does it feel like the agents of the Matrix have hijacked people and a lot more people hate you now? Does it feel like your relationships with people have a lot more tension because it's almost as if like there's a laser beam pointed at your insecurities, or people are just looking for any reason to kind of hate on you or find problems with you? Because I don't necessarily want, it doesn't have to be like that. Maybe your relationships with people are much better, but I need to run diagnostics. Can you confirm this for me? Because if even at a subtle level you've noticed that, right? That specifically your dynamics with people who like you, who don't like you, platonic, romantic, there's just like this subtle tension in the air where at a collective subtle level, you notice, right? You, Leo, you are seeing the sleeper cell agents in other people. The reason why this is subtle, guys, is because Aquarius isn't an individual frequency. Aquarius is a collective frequency that impacts groups of people. So it's not like you're noticing individuals hate. It's like the entire group. It's like when you step into your Leo and get attention, it's like a group of people could be like, who does this Leo think they are? Why do they think, well, you know, just regular fire sign shit, right? And I don't want you to think that it's as simple as just individual people hating on you. People probably have been hating, but like, thank you. It's a subtle undercurrent. This subtle undercurrent is going to intensify as Pluto goes higher into Aquarius. And it's the best way I can say this is like sleeper cell agents that are almost being used to suppress you. This is really good if the Leo side is being too narcissistic and we need that balance. But this is really bad if the Leo side is encouraging people to stand up against corruption and now they're being silenced. Okay? So regardless on whether you have integrity with this or not, this is very important because this shit is no joke moving forward. The Pluto Aquarius saga is like you need to carry a blicky just to perform. Like normally Leo performs and then they sign people's autographs. Leo, you got people wanting to shoot you while you perform. And Leo is like that. Leo don't care. Leo be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Try to shoot me again, I'll hit you with the blah, 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 blah. Now put your hands up. Now put your hands up. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Like Leo's like that. Leo will still perform and then still clap you at the same time. All right. I do fuck with that. This is the sign of courage. They're not afraid. All right. Leo, in retrospect, with these times, even though it didn't happen then, if you ever heard about the person who the cartel told, if you perform this song, we're going to fucking kill you. And you know what he did? He performed the song. And then he got murdered. Like that's Pluto, Aqua, Leo sun. It's like, I'm still going to have the courage to perform, even if it kills me, because I'm not a fucking bitch. That's Leo. A lot of people don't have courage like that. And that's what's gonna make this next round of stuff very difficult. But that being said, we have Saturn and Neptune now in your ninth house, right? It's making a 240-degree angle to your sun or your moon. If you're Leo rising, it's in your ninth. So unlike Aries, that is, of course, embodying this, right? Leo, this is the philosophical definition of how you're exalting your character. It's how you're showing people who you are through your actions. And with Uranus in your 11th house, it is now applying this innovation of your legacy relative to the unconventional rewards, windfalls of income, and the genius friends that you will attract, or diabolically crazy. Now, let's talk about it. Uranus in Gemini in your 11th, Venus, with which has polished this and will go into Cancer, are going to attract throughout 2033 the most diabolically crazy people ever in your life. Like Leo, you could literally meet your new best friend, but then you find out your best friend is unhinged and they do plan to blow up the subway. Now, they plan to blow up the subway because it's going to actually help homeless people and a whole lot. Yeah, it was someone in Mexico. It was a Mexican singer, and a whole lot of people, you know what I'm saying, to create more resources, but they're still fucking cuckoo. So be very mindful of that. Okay, Sagittarius, you about to start a track. We're going to talk about it, Sag. We're going to talk about it, Sag. So just keep that in mind. It's also going to innovate the nature of how flawlessly or fluidly you can communicate with people in your corner. I think this is really better technologically, but because now you have Pluto opposite you in Leo, Uranus sextile you, and then Saturn, Neptune trine you. This is from 7th to 9th house, right? 7th with Pluto, 9th in Aries, 11th with Gemini. This is coming from the harvest to completion stage, bringing into a part other people, your relationship with other people, and how you tie that into, you know, who you're connecting with. Because of the unconventional nature, of course, we're coming out of an old world that nut hugs old traditions and pre-established conventions, which, just like the older people dying, will die with them. And that's one of the most important things about this generational switch. It's not like the switch between the boomer generation to the Gen X generation. The switch from millennial to Gen Z, the switch from Gen Alpha to Gen Beta, it's night and day. It's fucking night and day. There's going to be so much the older generation is mad we don't really push forward because it was never meant to be pushed forward, because it was never meant to integrate. And this is that generational divide that, once again, for those of you with Leo placements opposite Pluto, which is by all intents and purposes 248 years a cycle, generational, it's going to have you, as you are the social performer, be aware of these social themes collectively with other people. Dulce Verdad, the guy he's talking about. Yep. So Leo, you want to really study Dulce Verdad. I think verdad is truth in Spanish as well. So it's like, are you going to perform? This song is the song of your life. Are you going to let the collective stop you from performing your life song because they're going to threaten death, or will you die to do it anyway? Oh, my bad. She was talking to you. I'm so fucking stupid. My bad. Okay, his name is not Del. Okay. But like, that being said, I mean, I'm super smart. Law of assumption, right? I'm smart as fuck. But that being with that being said, okay, Mars in Virgo is manifesting this analytical action orientation. When I say action orientation, I mean Mars, around how you'll be manifesting. It's like putting the work ahead of time before you are aware of this construction that was done before you stepped into the construction zone. And you're going to unlock how much more rich and wealthy you're about to be. And Virgo prepares you for, of course, Capricorn, your 6th house, where you'll utilize how to integrate these behavioral patterns, how to integrate the routine, how to take the magic in Virgo of your worth and tie together the cardinal potency of the work you put in to put this together, to go back to Taurus, with which you've innovated. All right. Of course, we started with Taurus. The next is going to be Virgo here. So this is redefining the uniqueness of not only who you are, but Leo, the way you're going to show up coming into the next couple of years is not like how you have ever showed up in any other part of human history. And that's why I'm saying, fuck this year. Take off this year. Like, seriously, let people place a lot of expectations on you this year and disappoint all of them. Knowing that next year, you're going to come back and you're going to be like, oh, you need me now more than you ever did anyway. Shitty advice, but I really advise you take it. Really put in no effort this year. Put in as much effort as you want, but don't have any expectations, because a lot of what you're going to do is about to be overshadowed by what's happening for you when Jupiter goes into your sign next July. It'll be completely a totally different dynamic. By the time the South Node comes in your sign, we have new rollout of technology, and a lot of 2025 is still phasing out the old world. Like as you can see in a month from now, Saturn that goes back into Pisces is going to be phasing out the previous cycle, okay? And the opposition. So you're still really with Jupiter behind your sun, concluding evolution you started 2013, okay? And this is what I'm saying. That's really shitty advice to just tell you to just fuck off the rest of this year. But I wouldn't take it seriously. I'm being completely honest. If you feel like just relaxing, chillaxing, if you feel like just cooling, best decision you could ever do. Everything, the whole plot is about to work around you over the next 2 years, like starting from July of next year. So Cancer is going to evolve the rest of this year and the beginning of next year. And then boom, you have destiny and fortune. Take the year off, Leo. Trust me, because they trying to kill you. I mean, completely on. Like, you have a whole collective of Matrix agents trying to suppress you. This ain't no joke. And if you need proof, go talk to Cancer. Go talk to Cancer risings. See what happened with Pop Smoke. Go talk to Cancer sons and tell them what their life has been like from 2008. Ask them. Be like, have you noticed, people trying to get at you secretly? And Cancers will tell you their story. All right. Cancer, it's easy to gaslight. It's a lot harder to gaslight you, Leo, because you're like a community activist, like Libra. You are the stage performer. You're a lot more visible. So that means your assassination will be a lot more visible. Kind of like what happened with Dolph. All right. Do I want to fearmonger you and make you feel like you have something to be afraid of? A little bit, yes, a little bit. But ultimately, you are the main character. You have a lot of plot power, and you are a lion. You don't be lying, but you are a lion. Okay, so a lot of plot development working for you. This, of course, happy birthday. This is why the Fire Tribe will be publicly available. Happy birthday, Leo. But I have nothing to tell you for your birthday. You're about to make a lot of fucking money with the South Node unlocking your second house. But that's just to prepare you. That's not for you to really spend it. That's to prepare you for the next couple of years. Like, your debut is about to be spectacular. And there are going to be a lot of haters. So you have to prepare for that. Okay. And I'm going to be as vague as possible because I care about you. And knowing that Uranus is going to really go back into your 10th and into the 11th, this is just phasing out one era to the next. The next era of Leo we're stepping into, which is a new era of society, right? And I'm sure it'll be fun. It's going to change the way we look at what's fun. Maybe we're going to finally bring in the whole metaverse and see how that impacts social dynamics. But yeah, with the retrograde, you are reevaluating with Jupiter in Cancer who you think you are, how much more creative you can carry society around you, but take time out to rest. Okay. A lot of things that happen this year for you are going to become obsolete. So I wouldn't invest too much into something you're not even going to move forward with, like coming into the next couple of years. You still can, but something to keep in mind. Last but not least, we have the terrorist Sagittarius. Okay. When I was in 2010 to 2018, doing readings for Libras, predictably, right? Libras, I was telling Libra, yeah, Uranus is opposite you in Aries. You're probably attracting crazy weirdos. And 10 out of 10, like 9 to 10 out of 10 Libras that I would give readings to would be like, oh my God, peace dealer. They're all fucking crazy. Consistently. Like I could consistently know you are Libra rising and you have your sun in Libra and Uranus was transiting in Aries. And I'm like, you're probably attracting a lot of crazies. And they would not let me finish the sentence. They would just be like, oh my God, peace dealer, they're insane. Okay. Scorpio has gone through this. While Scorpio went through this, P. Diddy almost got convicted of a crime in prison. Drake got labeled a pedophile. Like Scorpio's been going through it unexpectedly, randomly out of nowhere. And Sagittarius, it's your turn. They already tried to cancel Jay-Z. More to come. You guys are insane. Sagittarius gets away with it all the time. I don't know why you trying to go for Sag, but like, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I think you a little crazy, but good luck. Okay, so Sagittarius, you're next. Libra, you're next. See, Libra and Sag, you thought you were out the clean. You thought, oh, this can never happen to me. They're gonna still try. Yeah, they may not be able to cancel you. They will still try. And people make up all sorts of shit as to why you're evil, unless some of you are, and why you need to be canceled. Some of you are. Hey, it is what it is. But that doesn't mean all of you are. But man, so Uranus is in Gemini, and I think we need to start the reading off with that. Uranus is in Gemini. Prepare for all pandemonium to break loose. When if you think the T app is bad, right? Like this unexpected conversation boost is definitely going to come out of nowhere. And that's where for you, Sag rising, for you, Sag sun, the more you've innovated your lifestyle, the more this will prepare you to expect the unexpected. You must, moving forward, expect nothing but the unexpected from other people. Because at least with Libra was attracting crazies, but Aries is already raw and unfiltered. A lot of that was because of Uranus. Sagittarius, Gemini is actually crazy. I'm a Gemini. Like, I can tell you as a Gemini, we are crazy as fuck because we want to be. Not even because we might, we want to be. It's a sport for us. And now you're putting Uranus there. You can only expect the unexpected. And a lot of this might be unexpected greatness. You see, the thing with Gemini is first they're sweet, then they're sour. But then some Geminis are sour and then they're sweet. Unless you get the Geminis that are just both sour. And then in the rare case, they're just both sweet, but then they still going to be some sour. Like, you have to be very careful because you're not going to see this coming. And this is beautiful because Sagittarius is the you're not going to see it coming sign. So for it to happen to you, this is going to be very interesting. And 2018 to 2024 has enabled you with Uranus in Taurus to completely innovate your routine and innovate the way you live your life. Okay, to add more unconventional themes in nature to how effortlessly you could just make money, especially because Pluto since 2008 has awakened your value. Pluto in Capricorn has quintessentially awakened how much more rich you can be. Okay, like before 2008, yeah, you were filthy rich. You could have been filthy rich. You had the potential to be filthy rich. And now after 2025 and Pluto is in Aquarius, it is disgusting. It is obscene how wealthy you can be. I think it is utterly atrocious how wealthy you have the capability to be. I think you have the capability to be so wealthy, you actively have to hide so much of your wealth and make people think you're broke actively because you know a lot of people will sue you. Hey, run some of that bread, Sag. Run some of that bread, or some shit might happen to you when Uranus goes into Gemini. I can't promise the ops won't hurt you. That's all I'm saying, Sag. That's all. Maybe you need to slide your ops some bread. Yeah, they are disgustingly wealthy. Like, I didn't think wealth could be disgusting, but there is such a thing as disgusting. Like, there's filthy rich, and then there's disgustingly wealthy. Like, there's no, like, the fact you have as much money as you can have is disgusting. It's freaking disgusting. It's obscene how wealthy you are. It's like a whole football field full of just $100 bills. Like, how can you literally swim in money? That's disgusting. It's fucking nasty. Okay. And it's like you're so wealthy you could literally just throw millions of dollars away. And this is your potential too, whether you have it there or not. Okay. So, or else. Don't make us rob you. And that's what I love about Sag, because Sag is like, I wish someone would try and rob me. Yeah, they wild. Anyway, yes. So now that you have aimbot and Pluto is in Aquarius, awakening, you ready? Supernatural celestial skills. Argue with your mama. Argue with your mom. All right? Argue with your mom. I'm not even going to argue about how sci-fi that is, because everything I said is sci-fi fantasy. You are awakening supernatural abilities. I'm sorry, over the next 20 years, I'm sorry if you don't believe that. Leo, the whole point of Leo season is every January, February, for the next 20 years, you are going to awaken supernatural abilities. You're already ascended, Sagittarius. Like, you are a universal entity that can see into the meaning of experiences. Okay, you can see the future. Shane Gillis did this. Why did I forget his name? The comedian Shane did this. Who else did this? Andrew Tate did it when he told you, oh yeah, they gonna try and arrest me. After they try and cancel me, then they gonna try and kill me. He got arrested. Like, Sagittarius can see the future. It's a supernatural ability. That's so Raven. Literally, that whole show is about Sagittarius. Okay. So y'all are godlike entities. So the idea of you having supernatural abilities, argue with your mom. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just here to give you the message. Okay. Every Aquarius season with Pluto and Aquarius since the 1700s. So this hasn't happened since the 1700s. But now every time the sun is conjunct motherfucking Pluto in your third house, what's going to happen? You are going to be awakening supernatural abilities. You are going to be reactivating this supernatural quality, especially if you're a Sagittarius rising. Please listen up. You are going to be reawakening and reactivating the knowledgeable quality that aids your sight. Hence, Aquarius of knowledge and Sagittarius of vision. You are awakening, knowing what you're seeing, claircognizance. Okay. What I want you to see this period as every February, every January, right, is that you are writing your book, because the third house, we can say, is also writing and communication. So it's like you are writing this year of your book, right? And then every Leo season, 6 months later, you take your book and you perform it by heart. Now in Leo season, you are performing this book by heart on stage. So since January, you had 6 months to memorize the script, to memorize what you wrote. This is the year I am going to shit on all of these niggas. I am going to completely defecate on all of my enemies, and I'm going to show them why I am still the best, and everyone thinks they're on my level, but they're not. You write something like this every year. And then this is in August, where now you're by heart shitting on your enemies. And you're just like, just exactly as I have written. And I'm still going to take over this year. But the only difference between January and now is you are writing in January. It's memorized now. You know it by heart. You know it by heart. And if we take this Aquarius awakening to be your supernatural abilities, argue with your mama, Leo is you showing society that you have aimbot and that you don't even need to look. You could just snipe people's heads, which is very terrifying and totally unfair. But Libra is your best friend. And so you could just pay off the referees. And now we can't do that, but you can do it. And it's still fair when you do it. That's what it's like being a Gemini, having Sag as your op. who Sagittarius knows the referee. They know the high nobility. They're next to the goat and Scorpio. They get away with everything. But it's cool because if Gemini says it, we're the ones who get in trouble. Yay! You just put the blame on Aries and put the blame on Gemini. It's what we always do. Just find an individual to take the rap for you. So here's the thing, guys. You are not only harvesting supernatural abilities, because the whole thing about Leo is you're harvesting supernatural talents. So these talents that you're harvesting is really the 9th house full demonstration and breakthrough of the supernatural skills in Aquarius you had begun to activate and awaken. Okay, 360 trick shot, no scope, which is insane. Ain't no way you should have done that coming out the bathroom to a whole team of people who were trying to get at you, and then boom, you just no scope them all. That's just, I can't even say it's unfair because you paid the referee off, so technically it's fair. But anyway, yes, Leo, this is not just about you defecating on all your haters. This Leo season is about showing people the first stage of your awakened supernatural abilities, because this is the first year we're having Pluto conjunct the sun in Aquarius. And every year from here on out is going to be an increasing of that. So you are showing others how supernatural you are. Even more interesting if you're completely oblivious to this. So if you're like the oblivious Sag who doesn't necessarily, how dare you call us Leo, is hilarious. If you Yo, I noticed this again too, guys. You know what I saw on Twitter? And I told you guys this is true. This is an analogy for real life when you see this happen. And hopefully you'll understand what I mean by that. But on Twitter, I saw Sagittarius say, hey, Sagittarius is really who you think Leo is. And this is the beef I live to instigate. Because if you understand that Leo and Sag are in a perpetual beef, like Leo and Sag love each other, but they can't. You can't get them to agree that the other is better than them. So Sagittarius swears that Leo that they are who we think Leo is. Sagittarius swears that we're who you think Leo is, and then Leo swears that Sagittarius is trying to get like them. It's the greatest shit I've ever seen. It's some of the greatest beef you'll ever see in your life. So, like, if you ask Leo will bet money that, oh, Sagittarius, I love Sagittarius. They love trying to get like me. You feel me? Like they I know they see me and they were inspired. If you ask Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius is going to tell you, oh, we see you, Leo. We see you, Leo. You're not better than me. Like we kind of do you better than you do you, but like we see you, and you cannot convince. It's always a Leo coming from a Sag too. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. My best friend Leo and I have been this way since 7 years old. You really can't. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's freaking amazing. If you even look at like Jay-Z versus like Fat Joe, like elements of the Sag Leo beef kind of come in there. It's like Sag is like, I could do Leo better than Leo, and then Leo is like, you got your whole swag from me. Like it's amazing. It's freaking amazing. So something to keep in mind, because now we're in Leo season, right? I can meet Leo at the party. I leave to after party with Sag. Ooh, I see you, Aquarius. That was actually a good analogy. So, you know, this is going to prepare you for Virgo season, where with the South Node in your 10th house, you are unlocking how you achieve success. Everything you believed in March in Pisces season in your 4th, this foundation of beliefs for what this MO is, you're going to unlock in Virgo how you achieved it. And that's why that's important, because Leo is going to be that ascension 9th house step to defecate on your enemies, but also to realistically now show since February, right? Late January, where you activated this, now with the opposition in Leo, you're taking what you were developing mentally and you're projecting, you're breaking it through in these social spaces as you come into victory. That's really all I have to say for y'all. Yeah, Mercury is retrograding and you're going to reevaluate what that looks like. right? Venus is going to come out of your 7th house in Gemini and go into your 8th to develop deeper intimacy. And Mars is in your 10th, having you unlock this. With Saturn and Neptune in the 5th house is putting you in a position to now construct and reimagine your identity as it applies to your creativity, to your inner child. But it's really just phasing out this 4th house belief system, this foundation of your belief system that supports your vision of self. Because remember, you're a universal entity. So I don't like to call you guys humans. In fact, Sagittarius, a lot of y'all don't count. Like, it's not really impressive to see you guys come through and just dominate in sports and just dominate. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. It means more when Aries wins. I know you don't like to hear this, Sag. Sag hates it. Sag loves Aries too. It means more when Aries wins. No offense. Like, we see Sagittarius win every year. No offense, fam. No offense, fam. When we see Aries get the dub, it's like, oh, wow, they had more to work for. They had more to fight for. Sag, you're a fucking universal entity with chaos magic, and you can snap your fingers and make shit happen for you. Yeah, if you kind of win, like, we kind of expected it. You're usually the highest seed in any competition. You feel me? Like, imagine thinking going on a vacation is a dig. So you feel me? Like, it's just something to keep in mind. Like, you universals are cool and whatnot, but you know, make some room for the people who really doing it, for the people who don't have plot power like y'all, and for the people who don't have universal or godlike abilities off rip, because maybe we have to go through a character arc. All right, even though Leo has plot power, it does mean a little bit more when Leo wins than you, Sag. No offense. Even though Leo is like the perfect balance between the underdog and then you. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now, the other thing that the rest of us would understand is at your universal level, your challenges are at a higher level too. So you feel pain at a universal level. You're going to have to break through greater work. It's not like just because you're at that level, things just come easier to you. But like, you know, it doesn't mean that they don't have to work harder. But it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what we have for the fire signs, okay? This Leo season is going to prepare you for Virgo season and put you in a position to realistically unlock this career success. And when the North Node goes into Aquarius, you're going to unlock these supernatural abilities you are destined to unlock. Yeah, I look crazy right now. I look wild crazy right now. That being said, guys, tomorrow we're going to do the monthly Earth Tribe report. We're going to do Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If any of you want a reading, you're welcome to book it. Book with your boy. I'm gonna head out though. And until next time, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.